Do you maybe have 3 tips for composers to say what are kind of the best approaches in terms of approaching a publisher or a label?
Yeah. Well, I think have around 3 tracks, 3 of your best tracks that you have right at your fingertips. So have them offline somewhere. So not online on SoundCloud, because if the event doesn't have any Wi-Fi, you're basically, well, you know what I'm trying to say here without going into swearing words. But it can become difficult. So if you have them offline, it becomes easier to show them on your phone. You have your headphones jacked in your phone, and you can show it to them. And just clearly state who you are, what you're trying to achieve. And you would be surprised how many people are open for just your story, basically.
Yeah, definitely at a music event.
Definitely at a music event, yeah.
If not, and you also touched base a little bit all about how you cold approach people. So you email people.
Yeah.
Like you said as well, sometimes we get 20 tracks. And for me, it's like overwhelming. I probably don't read it anymore at one point. I try though. I really try, but it's... I would always say pick your best 3 tracks and send that. So how did you approach it? So you are not on the event, but you're now approaching this publisher and you have maybe 1 track or 2 tracks. Can you give a little bit more insight in how you would send an email like that?
Well, first of all, being polite, say who you are, what you want, your track record, your portfolio, what you have written for. So if you have written for a program or TV show, mention that without sounding too braggy. But yeah, a SoundCloud link or a Realcrafter link, what I'm personally using, with 5 of your best tracks or 3 of your best tracks works really well. And then a polite greeting like, I hope you like my music, kind regards. So don't make the email too long, because when you make basically a complete academic paper, they tend to click it away pretty fast. So if it's just a short bio, who you are, what you've done, this is my music, thank you and goodbye. That's basically the emails that get the best chance of being picked out by the email departments from the record labels. And I have written a lot of emails when I started out, and not even the half of all those companies responded to me. I had one big company that I know I can get into, but never responded to me because the email submissions they receive are so high that they just don't have the time to reply anymore, basically. So having a person inside that company, that would work as well. But there are also companies that replied within a week. So it's just, being lucky, have a little bit faith in fate.
like a little bit faith in fate. But then again, I hear some people say like, don't shoot it out to 100 people. Just shoot it to a few, to a selection. So, and I always say, of course, shoot your shot. If nobody says yes, you as a composer also needs to kind of make sure the opportunity is there. So definitely make a selection. But some people that are just pointing their kind of arrows on maybe one, and they're waiting for 2 weeks, and then they're doing another one and waiting for 2 weeks. I think it's very slow.
I think a balance between those is pretty well. You shouldn't email hundreds of companies. I mean, and also don't write an email to only one company. It's better to place your bets at multiple horses, and when one responds, then you are in. You have basically found a way into the house of that record label. And when you're starting out, it's incredibly daunting to approach these libraries. But I would suggest select a couple of record libraries that are within your genre. So if I'm composing orchestral music, I'm not going to send it to a hip-hop label. And vice versa. Because sometimes it can work to have collaborations between classical artists and hip-hop artists, what I see happening on TV right now, which is becoming a little bit of a trend. But just have a little bit of a selection. Don't overdo it, but also don't bet your horse on, or bet all your money on one horse.
No, what you're saying is right. Like, do your research. It's a little bit weird if you're sending to a production house that's completely on trailer music and you're sending your pop song. It could work, and you could be that unique one that they're just searching, but it doesn't really happen that often if you do your research. So that's good. Hey there, I appreciate you watching the video. If you like this one, check out this video or that video. And if you want to support the channel, make sure to click on top of my head on the logo and subscribe to the channel.